Hi guys, welcome back to Mamiz, where our core business is inspiration.
Hi Mama.
Am I funny? Do I look funny? I just make you happy?
See how she harasses me behind the scenes.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Tumeshinda pamoja na tuseme, oh my god. Tumeshinda pamoja. Can I move in? You have a very big house. And moving in means Mila, my baby, okay, my two babies, Zena.
Okay, ukikuja na Zena tuko sawa. Tunaweza fit room moja. Kwisha. So, gosh.
Anyway, how are you?
On a serious note, I'm good.
And thank you so much. Thanks for being an intentional friend. No, being a friend is another thing.
Yeah.
And being an intentional friend is another
thing.
totally
Yeah.
a different thing.
Yeah.
And I really want to say thank you so much for being an amazing friend. Thanks for celebrating me. I felt so good.
I got you.
I felt so good to be celebrated.
That's the thing, you know.
Yes.
And this are times you wake up and you're like, today I'm gonna show up, and I'm gonna show up, and you know, because that's how we live as people, and we just don't decide to be intentional.
True.
And this year is the year of
Intentional.
intentionality. Mkikuwa na date na mtu, you show
Na
up.
tutashow up.
Ukiambia mtu mcall, because
Kabisa.
aki life has become so
Right.
delicate. It's my pleasure to be your friend.
Thank you.
Great.
Yeah.
So last time we spoke about nannies.
Nannies
Yes.
and the conversations
Yes.
on our
Yep.
comment section
Yep.
was major.
Yep.
And what really I took home was like the people in diaspora is God for
Whoa,
you, God
yeah.
for you, and everyone for herself and God for us all.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if I went to the States today, would I toba without my Zena? Oh God, you know. Thanks guys for the interactions,
Yes.
your comments.
Opinions.
We don't take it for granted. Asanteni sana.
Yeah.
So today, what are we discussing on Mamiz?
Schools.
School.
Now that you know the 9-month-long unintentional break is over,
Yeah.
thanks to COVID.
I know.
That woman. Here, she's a woman. COVID.
Anashinda catch feelings haendi itabidi
Itakata
muende.
kwenda. Yeah, because someone asked, is it he? Then a guy said, we come and live.
I know. By the way, that's so. What did you see? You really watch a lot of
Twitter,
men.
Twitter.
Oh, ulikuwa Twitter. I know. Okay,
Kuna
so
msimu
tumesema.
huko by the-
Aki, I need to be intentional
Aki.
on Twitter.
Yeah.
I need to be intentional on Twitter.
Yani, Twitter saa zingine, wait, no, we're not talking about Twitter today, but kuna maajabu watu wa Twitter wanavutanga kitu.
Wanaitwa
Eh.
court.
Hey,
Court. K-O-T.
Eh?
Nawajua sana.
Yeah.
Anyway, simu ni follow
Keep up
huko
the
Twitter.
good work.
Nakuanga by the name is 3,000 for so long because
Yeah.
I am not intentional. I want to start being intentional on Twitter. Anyway,
Yeah.
yes.
Hata unifuate.
By the way, huyu ako active huko.
No, si sana. But
You
hata
try
ni
to.
juzi tu.
You try to,
Yeah.
by the way. You
Every
try
now and
to.
again. I
Yes.
go, then I get scared, I
Yeah.
run. Hey, people there are ruthless. They are ruthless.
Serious.
I-
That's what I call court.
Hey, they can kill you.
I
yani.
know.
Yeah. But anyway, so I know of a new year, we sat down and were like, okay, the government now has issued, a go ahead to open schools. We all have toddlers.
Yes, we do.
Or little
Mine is
children,
still
yeah?
small.
Small, yeah. And then we were like, how do you start looking for schools? What do you look for?
What we're discussing today is
Yes.
what do you look for in a school?
Yeah.
And we've decided to do this topic because Maureen has been affected directly in this one, and she has even more of a story to tell, and I'm waiting to learn from her, though I've been in it all through, like, hey, which one have you gone to? And by the way, the time I was asking the poll, I was asking for her, so and it really helped. It really helped us in deciding. It really, your views really worked for us.
Yeah.
So tell me, when you sat down and you're like, now I need to move Lexi, Lexi needs to move because most definitely you move, and again it's new young, so new things.
Yeah.
What were you looking at, and what guided you?
It's a very good question because as I guess by now everybody knows, I moved into a new neighborhood.
Yes.
And the good thing is my son
Beautiful.
stayed. Yeah, it's a very nice neighborhood, thank God. And obviously we needed to find a new school nearby.
Yeah.
So he couldn't continue in the school he was
Yes.
at. And so I sat down and I came up with my list.
Yes.
And I decided I'm going to go for a few things.
Yes.
So one was going to be core values of the school.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you want your child to move to the next level.
I love that. I know.
Are they agreeing or disagreeing? Or they are teachers?
Yeah, they're cheering. Yeah, core values. Core values would be, is this, like I was looking for a Christian-based school, right? And so that was like, it was either I get it or I don't.
Yes.
Second, I was looking for a community whereby, for instance, knowing that there's COVID-19, I didn't want a very big school because I wanted my son to be contained in a smaller bubble whereby I'm able to walk in and out anytime. The teachers are able to communicate with me in case of anything. And to be honest, it was all about, you know, the way you enter and you just feel this is the place. So that's the second thing I was looking for. The third thing was proximity. You don't want your kindergartner spending more than 20 minutes on the road. It's the worst thing that can happen.
They get bored so fast.
They get bored, they leave so early in the morning. Like when you're waking up your child at 5 a.m. Okay, I know, again, we're not judging.
I know. Okay,
It's just a preference.
Just a disclaimer.
Yeah.
Everything we ever say on Mamiz is
Yeah.
based on our
Our
experience.
experiences.
Our experience
Yes.
and our preferences.
And our preferences, yes.
And that's why we have the comment section where you just give your preference
Yes.
and give your idea. On that note, my sister, when we were growing up, our last born sister, sinisoma boarding man, my baby sister
Yeah.
used to leave at 5 a.m.
What?
Because we used to live far. She used to leave at 5 a.m. and get dropped at 7 p.m. She was the first one to be picked and the last one to be dropped.
Oh no.
Imagine.
Poor baby.
I know. And she'd come home zero. She's
It's
out.
true. It's true.
Out.
I remember I had a neighbor kid who was in could be grade 7 now. That's standard 7 before the CBC. Poor girl, same thing. She used to leave very early in the morning. By the time she's coming home at 8, she's out. I think it's kind of robbing,
Taking
erupts the child's
childhood.
Yes,
That's what I would
childhood.
call it,
Yeah.
yes.
So for me, I want my son to experience his childhood,
Yes.
and also I was looking for a school that his brother is going to join later,
Yeah.
obviously. So I needed a community where he can go and become. And then the thing again I was looking for, obviously we have to be very honest, budget. Because you want a school that is sustainable.
Yes.
And trust me, it doesn't mean that the more expensive a school is,
The more
better.
good it is. I know.
Yeah.
That's one thing people should take home, man.
right.
Kabisa.
At the same
Have my
time,
reservations plans of the expensive schools.
that's the thing.
My reservations.
Then again, obviously with the new circumstances in the world, I wanted a school that has really taken precautions. And trust me, it all takes walking into the school and everything else that they have, you know, arranged. For
Yeah.
instance, the school I got for my son, they're so amazing. And honestly, it's the only school. It was the last school,
know.
the last one on my mind.
And it was my suggestion.
Yes,
Actually, you
it
did
does-
not have it in
yes,
a list.
yes.
I remember when
it
you
was
made
the
it
last
in a
one.
version, you had a list.
Yes,
And there was a school that was actually your priority.
yes.
And I was like,
Because
have
it
you
was
tried
very near
this?
home. Yes. Yeah.
Because that one was so near home.
Yeah.
Actually, Komali,
Yeah.
you were like, even Flo can walk him to school.
Right.
And when I gave you the other one, you know, I was so surprised when you called me and told me, oh, by the way,
Yeah.
the one you imagine.
Imagine.
That's I just walked in and that was it.
That's the thing, and so you know, it has the curriculum as well. Yeah, it has a very well done curriculum for kindergartners, meaning that he didn't have to switch up everything he was doing in his previous school, but now he actually got integrated into it, and they're very embracive of kids at whatever milestone they are at. They actually stay with that child until he or she gets to the next stage. And so I felt a very warm welcome, and I noticed there are things that a person may not pay attention to, because the reason why I dismissed the schools we were even prioritizing, you go in and you almost feel like you're begging for services. This particular one, I went in and I just found the principal that you couldn't even tell that she's a principal. She was hands-on, she had her apron, she was like yes. And trust me, when she sat me down 5 minutes in, I was like, this is it. And then even the school fee structure shocked me, because honestly, it's on another level.
I remember we saw it online,
and
they were like,
yeah, it can be.
How?
Yeah, like within budget. So it was amazing. Obviously, again, it doesn't mean that if a school is cheap, it's bad.
Oh, it's bad. Good.
But I think for me here, it was more of, I honestly got the school I feel is really good for my son.
And I'm so happy for you.
Wow, thank you,
so
Mom. I was so stressed.
I know you when we were in Naivasha, you were not settled because you were like, schools are opening, I'm not even settled. And you know how hard it is to by that time you feel like kuna uniform, kuna sije decide, you know. I'm so happy that you actually did it within 2 days and you were done.
Literally.
Yeah. So what did you do in the other schools? You did a list?
Yes.
Just take me through.
I went, so
you did a list of schools?
Yes, I did a list of schools, and I went to each and every school. It was a week-long thing,
I remember.
Actually 4 days, 4 days to be precise. And by the way, during that time we were together, I had emailed all the schools. No one responded to me. Wow. And then you go in and it's almost like from the gate you're telling them, I want to bring a new child, I'm a potential new parent. You're talking to so many places and you're like, what? So first thing I did, I went there physically, and it was a process of you go in, you express your interest, they send you to the office that you're supposed to go to. And none of the schools even allowed me to talk to the principal because they were already doing the back to school and all that.
Not even that. Now that shows you that there's class in that.
Yes.
There are people. May God help me when I'm taking Mila to school. It will be. I will get the right school.
Right.
Like, I'll get where I feel like this is home.
To be honest, thank you. That is the thing. As a parent, you always have this intuition, and you'll always know when it is the one. And trust me, like I said, I walked in there first from the security guard. The security guard was so friendly, you know. And then I go in, and they have very nice protocol, like you go wash your hands. So I noticed that the sinks were really low for the kids. Yes, and
you know, let me tell you guys about Maureen. Maureen ni mama wa mutaratara. Mutaratara is the one. Yeye ni mude muamuta. By the yarukangi. Yes, and zile za she will sit down. It's not like I'm also that kind of a person, but Maureen is to the extreme. So Maureen ulewa, she had to write it down. Then she goes to this one. I said, day 1 I will go to.
Yeah. I used to go
day
with
2
my notebook.
I will go to.
Yes.
She had notebook. But I like how you do it.
No, because you have to be thorough. Because I hate inconveniences. But then hiyo kitu inanisumbuanga if with anyone, even when I'm working with anybody.
I know.
Who can you throw off? And she knows, by the way, when you throw
She's
me
dropped
off
deals.
easily, because I paid my dues. I paid my dues. Hizo ma stress zote ziliisha. Mimi sitaki ma stress. I like it when I go to bed in peace kwa sababu nimefanya kitu. Tukiambiana na mtu kuko hivi.
Manzi ikikidem kiko na board kwa room. Ameandika vitu. Get Lexi's uniform. Drop Lexi day 1. I'm like,
says my money. Come on. But you know, there's power in procedure.
Right.
Na kuandika pia.
I agree.
I believe there's power in writing.
I agree.
And sometimes, you know, because all the time you're looking at it, unakumbuka,
true.
I'm supposed to do it. Kama sasa nasikia pressure.
Unasikia pressure,
ya kumaliza vitu zangu za jana.
We have 2 weeks. Na niliona sofa umegonga.
Niliona
hizo vitu zako ndio
nimegonga kadhaa.
Umemaliza umebakisha kama 2-3, so you're safe. You're safe.
Yeah, but I'm never like really comfortable. It's always like, what else can I do to make everything better? But now it works against us because our anxiety is real.
I know, man.
I
know.
I've been accused of that, and it's okay.
Anxiety kwanza yako inakugongana, nitakubaya madawa. Hapana,
And
you know, taking
nikunywa
dawas in
hizo
2020. It's done.
2021.
2021. Sorry.
So,
Anyway, that's so good.
Yeah.
I'm happy you got a good school.
A very good school,
I know.
by the way.
And
Oh, and don't bother asking which one it is, because obviously I won't say
Say.
out of my kids' privacy.
Yes.
And also.
but ukikutana na Lexi mahali huko mwambia hi Lexi, I know your mama.
Yeah, msalimie, but keep walking. So oh, by the way, there's something else I did, Mama, of the entire time the kids were not going to school. So I figured if Lexi does not get to interact with other kids, he's a very quiet baby.
I noticed.
Nika quiet,
I
kana
noticed.
retreat,
I
kana
noticed.
kuwa ka lone ranger.
Kabisa. He's alone.
He's alone. Yeah, he's a loner.
He's a loner.
He's a loner.
Ni ule mwenye his company is very perfect.
In fact, he's a very affectionate child. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
He can sit in a one sofa set and
Throughout.
actually
Yeah.
he'll be
Attached to
watching. There's
cartoon?
something he likes. There's a cartoon he likes.
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob, and he has his own SpongeBob and anadedanga kwa mkono.
Yeah.
So that's why you were intentional about.
Yes, I was intentional about taking him to places, and I discovered this one I won't even hide. It's an academy, it's a post academy.
I saw.
Yes.
I saw you posted. Yeah,
Yes.
you took him here.
Exactly, taking ages 4 to 12. So what they do, they instill discipline, and then it's called Next Gen Sports Academy.
What is it?
It's at Upper Hill, at what do you call this? Hiyo place ya nini? Inakwanga ni club. It's like a Parkland Sports Club. Public service.
Oh, public service.
Public service,
Yes,
yeah?
yes.
Yeah, I'm going to leave all the details
Okay.
so that if you have a child who needs even sports, to be
Yes.
exposed to sports, discipline, they take both boys and girls, and it's really nice. And I feel like that really empowered him to be able to interact with the kids. Because let me tell you, since that boy went back to school, he's not the same child.
I would say that.
He's so bubbly,
Nice.
he beams. Like, I can't believe, I'm just waiting for him to either fight us in the morning when you're trying to take him to the school van, or he comes back crying. He comes, he's like, oh, mommy, hi, how are you? And I was like, what did you study? I was like, oh, we were writing today and we were reading. I have never seen my son like that. And that's how you can know that that's a good school.
A good school.
Oh yeah, and by the way, the other day we had like a proper Zoom meeting with the parents and the administration of my son's class, and they were so articulate. They were like, parents, we want to put you at ease, ask all the questions you need to talk to
so
us.
good.
There's also the open door policy.
That's so good.
Go to a school that you can be able to walk in
And ask
and
anything.
ask anything, and they have honesty. And honestly,
true.
I feel very privileged by them, because this particular school, they also do have waiting lists. I just got lucky.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I got
She
super
got
lucky.
very lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Hey.
so at the end of the day, I don't know what you've taken from this.
What I learned is
Yeah.
I will start early
Yes.
in,
Yes,
in
yes,
getting
yes, yes.
to know which
Yes.
school Mila will go to.
Exactly.
If Mila is supposed to be joining in June, which I know now the new government, I think school starts in June.
Yeah.
I will plan maybe a month early or 2 months earlier. Senior, you will do the, and I'll
me,
actually
I'm
still
very
use
thorough, yeah.
your way, because where you stay,
Yeah.
you're privileged to have very many good schools.
Exactly.
Your proximity to good schools
Very
for
good
most
schools,
sons.
yeah.
So where we live,
Yeah.
it will take time for us to get a very good school.
And it's okay.
Kabisa.
Utakuja bado.
Utakuja bado.
Kuna na
Si
ile
ndio?
macho.
Uko nayo.
Ukitaka mtu wa ku FBI investigator.
Ndio huyu. One last question. How was it? What was the first day that they will drop?
See hivyo,
Uh.
assessment day,
Uh-huh.
I was more nervous than him. I was jittery. I was not in a very good position. I was not doing okay. But then we forget that kids are very resilient.
Very true. I remember when I was going to the theater. That's what
Thank you.
Doctor kept telling me.
Resilient, yeah.
Ati wewe
Yeah.
uko hapa una stress.
Unalia ukitetemeka.
Unafikia hata kufa, hawezi kufa. Kids are very resilient. In
And
fact,
it's true.
because that doctor is so to the point, black.
Yeah.
He's like, me, I don't like treating big people.
Yeah,
I
prefer
kids forever.
Yeah, they're like little angels.
Good.
Let me tell you, 5 minutes into him getting into the class, first of all, it was a fight. I saw the guy on the whiteboard drawing SpongeBob for the
Are you
class.
serious?
I'm telling you. So they were like, just leave. We will call when the assessment is over. I went back to get the assessment report.
Was he done with his SpongeBob drawing?
Oh, he did, and he actually did the assessment in half an hour. Me, I'm there stressing.
Guys, assessment and interview, sir.
Watoto. So obviously before they take, especially kindergartners, they have to assess them to see how well they fit in whatever class, yeah? And by the way, also this is a very important thing to note. A lot of kids lost 9 months, and others, like my son, attended Zoom classes. So a lot of parents have been asking themselves, mtoto wangu anarudia, anarudi nyuma because amepoteza. Most schools have been given a calendar. No, actually, the government has released a calendar such that all the kids are able to catch up. Like him, he went to his class 5 to 6 years,
Good.
and some kids never attended the classes, especially the newer ones. But imagine they're all okay. That's the thing. Whether they lose 1 year or they gain another, msi stress by the way. When you walimaliza high school wakuwa 17, when you wakuwa 18, mwingine 22, hakunanga tofauti. Yeah, so it's just about your child being comfortable with what they're doing, because at the end of the day, mama, hakuna haja ya kuharakisha mtoi. That's the thing. Yeah. Like Kai is so sharp. He knows everything. He counts up to 30, knows every color, every animal. And if I take him to school na waseme anaingia hiyo class yenye anaingia ya age yake, it's okay. He can be the top student. There's nothing wrong with that.
Inja atakuwa anafunza watu huko. Kwanza Kai anakaa kuwafunza.
Ni kweli sasa tufunzanga. Unaona vile alikuwa anachora. Anakaka mkono hivi. Okay. Now it's time for Mami's hands.
I know. He has such a cute dog. Anyway, guys, what are your views? What wameingiza watoto shule saizi?
Especially during Corona.
I know, man.
Yeah.
What have you? What did you look at? Yeah. How? Please just give us your views on your way of getting a school. Kama ni wewe ni ule mwenye ati tunaishi hapa na Kiambu Kiambu kindergarten iko hapa. That's the school they will go to. What do you guys look at? We will really love to hear your views as usual, because we learn from each other every day. Exactly. You never know, your comment might be the one helping me getting Mila a school.
Absolutely.
Right? Yes. And how do you judge your schools? Is it, to you, does the expensive school mean that it's the best school and it will bring out the best of your kid? Again, is it cheap schools or affordable? Let me call it the affordable schools. And also low, as in, what do you judge?
Yeah, what will
that's my point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great.
Anyway, any thing?
No, I'm good. All I'm gonna say is follow your heart. Again, this is a community we're building, so we want a very honest, community of women and men, especially parents, who who are just helping and building each other.
True.
And thank you, Mama, for watu nasema tuna gel.
Sana
yeah, lakini hata tujasema leo umenotice tumevaa gel.
We are in Dera's, guys. We are in Dera. We are in Dera's.
Yes, straight
our Dera's are from Anne's Fashion Line.
Yes.
Anne's Fashion Line.
We'll leave her details down below. It's amazing. Hata kama isi Chanel, ila ini Chanel yangu. So mnaweza enjoy Chanel
ya huku ya Kiabu. So you look so nice. Like a white material. White material. Here we are. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for always watching our content. Thank you for consuming our content. Thank you for dropping your comments. We love you so much. We don't take it for granted that you get to support us. Share, subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to Maureen's, subscribe to mine. We love you guys so much. Until the next one.
Bye-bye.
We love you.